Let's go around and do our introductions. I'm Dwayne in 4WDH.
Chris, N2KBK. Dad.
Jeff,
K4AW. John, KK4ITX.
Glenn, W4GFW.
Alan, W4FBE. Marcus, KD2GTW.
Jack, KG4GTN.
Okay. I'm still taking dues that people haven't paid for 2016. We have 25 paid members now. I got a couple yesterday that I had to add to the list. So we're not doing too bad. Lakeland has what, 83?
Well, they're much bigger.
So we're not catching up to them just yet, but we're getting there.
From their demographic area or out of town.
I think most of them were from around there.
You're probably from all Lake Alfred and all that crap around there.
I guess Auburndale.
Yeah.
I guess they've got a big population base down there, so.
One of their hazing.
Like rabbits.
But we have a lot of hams here that
Yeah.
don't get up in the morning. The e-testing, Tuesday the 17th, St. Leo. If anybody knows anybody who wants to get a license or looking for an upgrade, let them contact me. We have one extra registered so far.
That's cool.
And the only Hamfest information I could find was the Wormfest in Pinellas Park on May the 28th, Freedom Lake Park. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that. You've been there before, but I'm not sure just where it is off 19 and 49th Street.
275, get off, take the second exit, I think. Head towards 19 and you'll see the signs.
So it's usually a nice outdoor tailgate.
It's the type of flea market where you go down there not wanting something and somebody's got something. Ah, shit, I brought cash. And you take it home. So sometimes it's hit or miss.
Right, Chris?
Yeah, pretty much. You go down there expecting nothing, and there's like 3 items going, wow, I can't believe somebody's selling this. I haven't seen one of these in 15 years. I'm not going to wait another 15.
Okay, Echolink is up. Thanks to Chris.
Okay.
And we did have there in their last net.
Yeah, trying to keep him informed. I sent him a message before the nets to with one wake up and get on the air somehow. Usually Echolink.
The net control operators need to be aware that there's a delay, a significant delay with Echolink. And that when you call for Echolink check-ins, you have to give them time to get in there. Because sometimes they call and, nobody jumps right in, and so then they go on and we don't hear them, so.
Yeah, Joe. Oh, wait, we have the 5-minute delay until Joe gets here.
When you say a big delay, 4 seconds, 5 seconds?
How much is it? I think it's longer
Like
than
2
that. Is it
seconds.
more like 10?
And you can tell when they're on Echolink, because I purposely put the courtesy beep on Echolink.
Okay, the weekly nets are going well since we assigned the net control stations. However, we need somebody to take John's place when he leaves. Are you still going?
Oh, no.
Okay, if he leaves.
What do you think you're doing?
We have no plans. No.
Okay, and incidentally, if people don't know, John is now
I'll
an
be
extra
here.
class.
I'll be here in May. Maybe in June I won't be. I don't know
Okay.
for sure.
And he got his extra in Lakeland last month. So.
Very good.
Congratulations, John.
Good job.
I looked the other day though, and it wasn't on the website yet, on the FCC. Have you been checking?
I haven't recently.
Yeah, I'm on.
It is there? Okay. I must have looked too soon.
There he is.
It's a long time.
Okay, we can start now.
Fashionably late here.
Good maneuver.
8:05, right on the money.
come
Do I
up
need to
with that
repeat anything?
High turn.
Yeah.
That was
Take
good.
that back to the Rich and Peg.
Pass that.
Morning, Joe.
Hi,
Hi.
you walk in with that shirt. You walked in here with that shirt.
Hey, they're in first place.
I mean, it's like, we know you're different.
Where's Tampa?
Oh, you mean they didn't do number one this year?
Okay, as you probably heard, we're not doing field days this year.
Yeah.
But there are other field days in the area. If you want to attend one, make sure you get to one.
Okay.
There's one down in Lakeland, and there are a couple on the west coast. Any others?
Gulf Coast Amateur Radio Club Hudson having theirs on the same day. Where are they? They're on US 19 at the Easy Mini Storage. So there should be a decent turnout there. They'll be set up 3 outfits this year, plus a couple extras, barbecue food for those who like to think with their stomachs. There will be a barbecue. You can come down, hang out, eat, operate is the key word. They'll be going all day, all night. 2 voice stations, 1 PSK, and a CW station in there somewhere.
And then Spring Hill's also got theirs.
Same time? Same time?
Field day.
We're
Yes.
gonna be operating on Duff Road at Hunt Fountain Park. We'll start setting up at 6 on Saturday morning. At lunch on Saturday, there's a big lunch, so if you show up, it's eat free. And have what you want. We also have a drawing, $1 chance in the 50-50 type drawing, but we give away books, ARRL books, a couple of handhelds. Just show up and eat and operate. We'll be 24/7 for the whole field day. And we'll have 4A, we'll have 1 CW station and 3 voice stations. I'm sorry, 2 CW stations and 2 voice stations this year. And a
Very
GO
good.
station. So that's a freebie. And that's it. And then Sunday morning, we'll have a breakfast, bright and early.
Pancakes
Another
and
food.
sausage
And we'll be testing on Sunday at
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. So that's it.
A test session?
A test session, yes.
Wow.
Yes, we
You really
do.
are
We
busy
all-
over
They're
there.
doing it all. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're very busy.
They want all the
always
bonus
have a lot
points.
of people on field day.
We had like 7 tests last field day.
Wow. Somebody one time.
I'll keep you in mind in case I don't make it Tuesday.
Okay. I hear everybody
Don't
passes
plan on
the
going
mic.
home early on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, I will get them.
Okay, I want to get some comments about the digital traffic on the repeater. Is anybody listening to it? Is anybody finding it beneficial, educational? Any comments? Yes.
Big comment. No room for analog.
And you gotta know when
I
to get
thought
on.
Joe would say,
You gotta know when to get on there.
Yeah,
So
when
you
is
go on
it?
there and call Jeff at 10 to 5, and you'll get on. Although the other day, somebody else was on, digital. I couldn't even call you.
Probably the elevator.
Was that you?
No, it wasn't me.
It's not local people, it's local
Well, then
and
shut it off.
when. I
Between,
shut it off for you guys on 4 o'clock
between
ish,
4 o'clock and 5:30.
and I do. When I'm at work, I shut it off.
Oh, you forgot to the other day.
Oh, I went home early at 3 o'clock Wednesday. My life doesn't revolve around controlling the repeater.
One should.
It don't. I shut it off for the Nets. I shut it off for the Pasco County, what is that, Aries Races net on Wednesdays.
He generally shuts it off around 4:30 too,
Yep.
Does it?
for the afternoon net.
That's what I'm talking about.
How's it gonna affect us going forward? Us analogs.
You're gonna be forced into digital.
Well, I can't afford the digital yet.
You get a Yaesu 3200 for $169.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Two
Yeah,
meters.
under 200.
You order yours?
You can get on the
Did you
air.
order it yet? Did you order it yet? Yeah.
He's $189 short.
Oh, that's it?
Well, you're gonna see some mass changes in the digital and analog world anyway. Such things as, there's a couple companies that are putting out hybrid digitals now. In fact, they're gonna be showcased at Dayton this year. One is projected to be and you guys might choke at this, but it's the $500 to $700 range is what they're saying right now. Now, mind you, this radio is all color, it is touchscreen, it'll do C4 FM, it will do D-Star, it will do DMR, Moto Turbo, all of it combined into one package.
Wow.
Plus analog. And it's made by one of the largest makers in Southeast Asia. Hytera is the manufacturer of this radio. And you will see Wireless Holdings going to have one, maybe a few to even sell. They will introduce the price point, but they will only give you a very broad range. So that's why they said the 5 to, high numbers. But, if you take a look at what the Yaesu System Fusion cost you, it was, the 400 was what? Still up there over
Yep.
$400, almost
$500.
$500.
Yeah.
But it gives you everything combined into one package, so that's something coming out. Yaesu introduced their new, the 3200 DR, which is now under the $175 range. Probably see it a little cheaper at Dayton again this year. If you're interested in getting a digital radio, it's always best to check with your dealers and see if they've got any Dayton specials going on, because they'll give them to you just as well as they will at the show.
You got any specials going on?
Do I?
Yeah.
No,
You're
I'm
the
not a
dealer.
dealer. Their Wireless Holdings also introducing a new radio, another one, the DB4 Home, which is actually a standalone radio that will go C4 FM. It will go C4 FM to analog. It will actually take and crossband right now D-Star to DMR, or vice versa. So you could actually, if you got a D-Star radio, you can go into it and talk to people into the DMR world. And then later on, when the software is written, which is already in development, then you'll be able to go C4 FM to D-Star, or C4 FM to DMR, Moto Turbo, or vice versa. And you can actually just plug a microphone into this unit, plug it into the internet, and you can play with it at your house. So it's kind of cool.
So the squelch we get on our analogs
It's all using your AM radio, your AM privileges.
it's digital
That's
mostly.
always
Yes.
hearing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the C4 FM digital that you're hearing.
So you're gonna see a lot of changes within the next year on digital.
That video he had on Facebook, I don't know if it's still there or not, about 3200. I don't know if anybody saw it besides me, but it's pretty interesting. But I didn't go into my wallet. Even my wife was saying, "Oh, you're gonna get that?" I said, "No." She said, "Why don't you get that?" I said, "No." It's only got 2 meters. Well, what does that mean? That's just, when they change over to 440, I can't go on there. And
Well, Yaesu is working on a 440 version of it.
yeah, somebody's got it. I heard it
What?
on 440. Was it Lakeland's repeater? 440 repeater? Unless they were just on there fooling around. I don't know.
Well,
I
if
heard it
you
the
ever
other day.
heard DMR or Moto Turbo, it's kind of similar.
All right. Well, before
What it
before
sounds
the Friday net that they run on the 440 all the time and the Fridays, it was about 15 minutes before that. I heard it on that the repeater they normally use for the roll call. I heard it on there, and then it shut up. Well, I did key it up, and I did a bad thing. But one of the guys that was on there, all of a sudden, I had him on analog. You know, that trick. And he, of course, he didn't realize it. You know, but the next thing you know, they're both back on digital. So I think they're just out there messing around. Could be,
So what about my 706? That's all analog.
So,
Works great on 40 meters, right?
You know, on 6 meters, works even better.
That kind of looks, if you take this picture here, you see that whole
but that's the way
cabin
it's
knocked out.
yes, you could be,
Yeah. So if
Forced
I'm gonna
into
get
it.
it, when I get ready to get into it, I'm gonna have to throw
They did this for expansion.
But I don't
So
know
they
about
had
the banks or
actually,
something.
You know, the.
Yeah, a little bit.
Module,
Probably not a substantial amount.
you know.
well, if you
But the
want,
problem is you have to decide which one you want unless you go with the one that does all the different.
I
it
believe.
sure would be nice if
Protocols.
somebody beside Yezu
3,000.
got into it. I had a couple of Yezu radio and they had more air miles back and forth to California than, I wasn't pleased with it at all, but that was years ago, so things must have changed since
That
then.
one I didn't even discuss.
Well, Yaesu does the Fusion and ICOM does the D-Star.
Okay.
And DMR, I guess, is more open. There are more manufacturers out there for that. The
the two don't go together, right?
No.
Right? The two can't work
no,
together.
well, they are building bridges.
All right.
Last night when I was listening to Fusion, the text on the display said that it was the D-Star link.
Yeah.
So I think the guys up in Alabama have a system where they can go in D-Star and come out Fusion.
Oh, all right.
So they are working on things.
But in the future, if you want to be on 2 or 440, you're not gonna have any choice.
Yeah.
You just gotta go hold up a bank and get the money to buy one.
Is there anybody willing to come to my station and show me what? Because you gotta have internet, laptop, the whole outfit, right? Not
For what?
just your antennas. So-
No, not if you're just going into the repeater. If you're on the 88 repeater, all you need is a radio. Right?
That's it. Control everything from the keypad.
I'm hanging in there. I still don't have time to go and sit out there. And there's so many other things going still, but I want to stay with it because one day when I can't do other things, I'll want to sit and talk around the world a little bit. So that's the reason I'm hanging in there. And when it comes time, you'll just have to buy what you need to do it, because whatever I got probably wouldn't even go at a flea market most likely.
No, I think it probably
Well, I'll
would.
give you $20
Keeping in mind,
right now. So
keeping in mind, analog's never gonna go away.
Yeah.
You'll never see it go away. Because it can survive the true test of time where the other elements can be knocked out. They're relatively easy, you know, if the stuff hits the fan, you know, and you lose all your internet, that's basically gonna wipe out 80% of your digital market. Because everything's linked through sea bridges, you know, which goes from state to state to state, you know, around the world. So that's going to knock that stuff out. But you'll still be able to talk local if you have the ability to use digital simplex. And then analog's always going to be there because you really don't, you know, us amateurs are going to make sure the power's there somewhere.
So is the government.
I took mine.
Set up
I took this offshore the other day
Yeah.
as usual and tried to make a couple of calls. I was fishing in Ireland and never heard anything of all the channels I got programmed in here. So I took and put the antenna that used to be on my truck and made it into here.
Yeah.
But I still didn't get any responses in the Gulf. Close to shore.
Not even the 147,
Yeah,
105?
I was surprised.
Those guys are on there all the
I
time.
know, I was surprised that I didn't get any.
That repeater's never quiet.
That 105's got problems.
I don't listen to
Well, I do on occasion.
it. I just know whenever I go over
I
there.
go on there and listen
Analog,
to
my radio doesn't go FM.
I
Does
go
your
on
radio
there
go FM?
to,
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
get educated.
Sure.
I listen to the experts. You want to know anything about microphones, antennas, radios, Planet 105. That's where all the pros hang out. They know it all. Not bad, actually. But it's fun.
Okay, anybody else have any announcements? Okay, Jeff, you want to go ahead with your, whatever you have?
Borrow the table there, Chris.
Yep.
Steve.
All yours.
Basically, what's out there? What's out there? People want to know. There's been a lot of advancements in radios. People still see the Chinese radios out there on the market. This is one of the newest ones out there. This is a Bofang. This is an IP67 waterproof radio. It actually submerges radio to 1 meter in the water, and the thing's going to operate.
But can you talk 1 meter in the water?
Well,
If you're in the bathtub,
you might sound kind of strange,
Yeah.
but it's highly, highly possible.
if you grab the speaker mic and start talking underwater, will it hear you? Then,
You know, it comes with the battery, you know, obviously the typical things, the battery, the antenna. This is a watertight seal, so it goes together very tight. I'm going to pass this around. You can take a look at it. You'll see the difference of it's not the traditional Chinese piece of crap that you used to see out in the world market. It's got the
you don't want one?
earbud piece, belt clip that comes with it. This also comes with a DC charging cable, your AC adapter, and obviously your drop-in charger. And they've definitely changed the charger from the cheap pieces of plastic that they used to come out with. And of course the hand straps there. It's like any typical Chinese radio. They all program pretty much the same. They you can actually get the software out there. You can get the cables online if you wanted to program it via your computer. It programs great with Windows 10, Windows 7, things like that. Manual is probably one of the best manuals I've seen in Chinese radios. You take a look at that, you'll be amazed. It's actually in very well written English. Whoever did that did a nice job.
Ah, I see, said the blind man.
This is going to be John's favorite right here. Here's a digital radio. This is a digital handheld. It's Chinese. This happens to be a DMR radio, which is Moto Turbo.
Is that TYT?
This is a Tytera, which is the TYT market as well. It actually comes with the programming cable. It comes with the programming software. This works very well with Windows 10 or Windows 7. It comes with 2 antennas. Here's the long one, and it also has a short stubby antenna. Put the long one on there. Battery, the lithium-ion battery. This one happens to be 2,000 milliamps, so not a bad thing.
This is digital?
That is analog, but that is, like I said, waterproof. It'd be perfect for somebody like you, a boater, because if it gets wet, or better yet, if you're out in the field and you get rained on, it's not bad. That radio is $49.
How much is that digital there?
This digital radio, again, it comes with the charger, the software, the charging cable, programming software and everything. It's a color display. This is I purchased this one, I paid $110 for it, free freight. This also is available in UHF. I have those programmed to all the DMRs around Tampa, Lakeland, Plant City.
What's
I've
DMR?
heard that they've hacked this one.
They have hacked that one.
Fusion, D-Star, and DMR.
Well, it's kind of misleading. Yes, they have hacked it, but nobody's introduced anything to it yet. But they've set the precedence of future conversion to D-Star, DM or D-Star Fusion and things like that. It will already do DMR and Moto Turbo tier 1.
Quick.
Before the next day.
It also comes with a belt clip. Like I said, not a bad package for, $110 if you ever want to get into it. UHF is identically the same. In fact, I think that is the UHF version. The VHF version, gotta watch this because this thing's gonna spring out at me. Again, another very well written manual, but this one's also got the optional high gain antenna for the VHF as well as the smaller antenna for standard VHF. Again, same price on the radio. You can find these all over Amazon, eBay, you'll find them at several different dealers across the United States. Here's another DMR radio. This is called the Zastone. This is actually made by Hytera for this company's name. Very nice. It is an IP67 rated radio again. This radio was $114. Again, Moto Turbo, digital, the whole 9 yards. Comes with the standard accessories.
That's 2 meters.
That is, I think that one is 440. It'll actually go from 400 to, I think it's 400 to,
Probably 520.
what's the same range as this one here, which is, 440 to 480.
They don't have a dual band at that price range?
DMR does not have a dual band in the handhelds yet. It is coming. And it will be price comparable. For people that like, again, another IP67 radio, I actually use this one for myself. I use this one too. This is another Bofang. This is a 16 channel. You actually have to program this via your computer. So it's got great capabilities if you're using this for FRS, even though it's questionable as to whether you should or not. That's Family Radio Service, because of the fact that it has a detachable antenna. FRS says that you can only have so much antenna gain, and these being high gain antennas, it's questionable here in the United States. GMRS, if you're into that, this will go onto the ham bands. Again, this particular one happens to be a UV radio, meaning it is VHF or UHF. Covers 136 to 174 and 400 to 480 on the UHF side. Again, another IP67, drop it in the water, 3 feet, it's going to survive. Little stupid little things like the holsters. Oh, by the way, that radio there is under $50. The microphone's about $6.
Now you're talking.
Here's a simple little thing that we forget that we all, we should actually help protect our radios with. Here's a simple little holster. This is an MSC 20B. They also make the 20A. This particular holster is $5. It's got the snap, very heavy Velcro. Comes with the straps to go around your shoulder if you want, different type thing. Not bad for $5.
Knows how to go.
here is a 10-watt mobile radio. Who needs one of these for their field box? This is a mobile radio.
10 what?
This one happens to be 10 watts. This one is VHF, UHF. It is totally open, 136 to 174, and 400 to 480. Comes with the bracket, the associated hardware. Not a bad, a decent microphone. You have your cable, your mic clip. So it's pretty neat little thing. It's very small. You can make a go box out of that. Make it very portable. You could run it on one of those little the gel style batteries that you see in emergency exit lighting and stuff like that. You make that thing run for hours. Hit local repeaters. You can even do 10-watt simplex. And, still got a little use. You can buy that little radio for I think it's $75 or $79. If you want to get into something that's a little bigger, I shouldn't say a little bigger, but a little more powerful. Here is another version. This is called a Juntide. This is a dual band transceiver. This one is 25 watts, and it does that consuming only 3 amps of power. It's a little heavier unit. Comes with the standard for Kenwood users.
You want two?
See,
What do you want,
notice
two?
that this microphone is very similar to a Kenwood microphone in a lot of aspects. Very well built. Comes with the power bracket, or excuse me, the bracket, the power cable, the clip, the hardware and everything. And if you still want to go a little bigger in power, or larger in power, they actually make that in a 65-watt model, and it sells for less than $100. Now, that particular radio, they just now introduced that radio there with the plus 220, meaning it will go, it's a tri-band radio. It'll do VHF, UHF, plus 220, and that sits at right around the $110 mark.
I noticed that when you set that one up with 220, you only have a channel choice of either 2 meters, well, only 2 of them you can activate at one time.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, you can't actually listen to all 3 bands at the same time.
So these prices, very improved, yes, they are. They're proving that these Kenwood and Yaesu are ripping us off.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I have one of those rip-offs. Here's the latest System Fusion FT2. I paid $605 for this thing at Christmas.
Damn.
It's a great radio. But the one thing that I have that I really hate about this radio, this battery is still fully charged. I charged it last night. If I leave this battery on this radio, it will be 100% stone cold dead in the morning with the power turned off.
Okay, well,
And Yaesu will not admit a problem yet, other than send it to us and let us look at it. And this is a $600 radio. So if you compare the quality of this radio and the quality of, say, this $110 radio, that's why you're seeing a lot of different styles, different designs, everything on the marketplace. There's no comparison, in my opinion. That $110 radio just blows the heck out of that $600 radio.
Yeah, obviously.
Did you take account of how many radios you brought?
Yes.
Some of them
So that's basically it. I'll leave these up here a couple minutes. If you guys want to take a look at them some more. I've got a hell of a mess, so that's all I know. But I just figured I would bring some stuff in that's coming out. There's a lot more coming. So I'll welcome anybody's comments or anything, and then as we start getting the other ones in here, we'll get them to show you as well.
How do you get the code plugs with DMR radios?
Well, believe it or not, the code plugs I've been very lucky getting. If you W4CLL out of Lakeland, he's got probably 3 or 4 DMR repeaters across Tampa and Lakeland, Plant City area.
What's a code plug?
Code plug is actually all the frequencies, all the information for digital. Because with digital, you gotta have color code, you gotta have this and that. It gets you real busy going.
You're just passing them around from Rich.
And with,
I've already seen them.
with the code plugs, you can just download it and upload it to your radio via your software. So they're real easy to get. You just gotta find the right people. The one thing is with DMR, you do have to sign up with I use DMR Mark to sign up to get my number. Kind of like what you do with D-Star. That way you can be identified with your radio throughout the whole DMR network as to who's calling. Fusion, you code your call sign in there for when you start up the radio, and do the same thing so it can identify you on the digital network.
So far back.
Well, gee, if they come up with a dual band in that price range, I might go.
Joe, I hate to say this, but there's no hope for you.
Well, why didn't you say it then?
I mean, these have come way, quite a bit compared to some of the older stuff. Like I said, I use this on GMRS. I also use this on my work radio system, so it works very well. If I drop it, break it, $50 is going to break it. At least it's not going to break me.
Battery's dead on it already.
On what well, I wouldn't doubt that.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
That's a dual band. That's a dual
It looks like 600, doesn't it?
That's a lower power one. Higher power.
So coming around, you said that was 65 watts, right?
That one there is 25 watts. The big boy version of that is 65 watts. It's quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, it's much bigger.
Yeah.
It's 6 by 8. That one. It's 6 inches by 8. It's the one that's 65 watts.
And I believe that there is, and of course, those particular radios.
I don't want to lose the case.
I don't know, does anybody know how the Chinese function?
Not well.
It took me many years.
Right.
This particular radio, the Chinese actually come up with the design. The engineers, they come up with the design, and then if you want to sell one of these radios, you go to the Chinese and tell them what features you basically want, and they design you a radio. One of the biggest importers that you'll see in the United States is a company called Sane Sonic, which happens to be this particular radio here. They went to the B-Tech, which is the parent company for Bowfang, and said that I want a waterproof radio. This is a GT3 WP. WP just meaning waterproof. Said this is the features that we want, because this is what my customers are requesting. And they build them a radio, and you can actually find this with a different case design. You will find it in different colors. Whatever the distributor or the seller wants the Chinese to make for them. And that's how all of these Chinese products are made. You'll see this Zastone marketed under the Hytera brand. You'll also find it under the Zastone brand. You'll find a big disparaging difference between the cost. Same radio, but you'll see it from Hytera at almost $300. This one I paid $114. That Zastone I paid $114 for this radio. And it's a great. They have a good feel to them. They're not quite a Motorola or a Vertex, which is now the same company, but they're coming real close to them, real close. And so that's how you'll see all these different brands out on the market: the UV5R, the UV5RE, the RE Plus, the the C, and the list goes on. the U82,
Yeah, there you go.
UV82, the 82C, for the commercial version. It just blows you away. But that's how the Chinese operate. They make pretty much one design that they can adapt to different avenues, size. The radio on the inside is probably 1/3 the size of this radio, the guts. But the nice thing about these radios here, you know, that's actually a cast aluminum. You know, a lot different than the stuff we've seen in the past out of the Chinese market, where it was flat, cheap plastic. They've got great feels to them. I don't know, so again, Joe, the analog world's never gonna go away. You'll always be able to talk, there just may not be anybody out there to talk to, except in the time of an emergency. Any other questions?
These little ones, the little mount ones that you had, that last one that you sent around, yeah, that's digital?
No, this is just a analog FM VHF radio.
Okay, just like what I've got in the truck.
Correct.
Okay.
But I guarantee you it's probably 1/3 the size of what you got in the truck.
Hell yeah, it is. We got Yazoo 20.
And this one, actually, the fuse on it tells you a lot about the radio itself. The fuse is a 1 amp fuse.
Oh, wow.
This one, top the fuse out, you'll note this one's a 3 amp fuse and it's $25. Size-wise, both being VHF, UHF,
Okay. Yeah,
it's a little bit narrower,
more powerful one, smaller.
yeah, to a degree.
Yeah.
When you get into the one with this radio here, the 2501 plus 220, then it's gonna, I've seen them where they put a fan on the back.
Well, it says on the top it may get hot.
Yeah, and it does, it gets warm. But how many people have used an HT and they sitting there talking on it, it gets warm in your hand.
Yeah.
It's no different. But these are great little radios. I actually got that one to put in my Go box. I actually built a very neat Go box. I'll have to bring it in when it's all 100% completed. I actually sent the plate out and had it powder coated and lithographed. And I bought like a Pelican plastic case. It's about so big, but it's actually ammo, or not an ammo box, but a gun case. Bought it at Roll King. I paid $30 for it. Comes with the foam that you can pick out, if you want, and impression your whatever you want in it, radios, guns, whatever the case may be.
Cool.
I actually decided to add brackets in there, build a faceplate hinge to where I can put all my cables on one side. I have my batteries internal. I can sit there and operate that thing like a little briefcase, but it's got the whole, it's got 2 radios in it. I got a system fusion in there, and I also have a standard analog. And it will operate on batteries for approximately 3 hours using the system fusion. If I'm using that particular radio Dwayne has, it will operate almost 24 hours on a battery without, I'm using heavy communications, heavy talk. If you're sitting, your communication practice is only short, where you're talking, 5 minutes and then it's sitting for an hour, your battery life could be 2.5 days. Just using just a gel battery that you buy for $14. 12 volt doesn't, neat. But I wanted to build this case, it was just something to do. And so I got over involved in it, like I said, when I decided to have my avionics shop help me out a little bit, they plasma cut the aluminum plate for me, and so it's real tight tolerance, and then I sent it out to the powder coater, and it came back the color I wanted, the gray, like a battleship
chip gray, and then I said, I think I'm gonna send it to the lithograph guy and have it lithographed, you know, that this is that, and, you know, there's the on-off switch, and, you know, I just got carried away.
Oh, my Lord.
You know, it's just a labor of love, and it's just fun to do. I don't know, I'll have to bring that in when it's all 100% complete, and let you take a look at it. It's relatively light, it weighs, right now it's about 18 pounds.
Wow, that's not bad.
For total communication to go already. The only thing I didn't put in there was D-Star.
Don't worry.
You know, they're gonna go analog whenever they go emergency though, right?
Don't we, it depends, it depends.
Really?
D-Star and Fusion both have capabilities. D-Star has it that they've already tapped, you know, with the ability to send information via one side of the 25 kilohertz that they're using.
Right.
Fusion has the same technology. We use a 25 kilohertz spectrum, and then they can split it down where they can put 12.5 on one side for communication, and you can use the other 12.5 for digital.
Jeez.
You know, so if you need to send them for instance, a list of people that, say you're working an emergency situation, and you're working close with FEMA and stuff like that, and they want, just say they want a body count. You know, it's something you just don't put out over the air, over the standard world, because you don't want people to hear that stuff. Or you can put it on a file, send it out digital. It makes it a little bit harder to be intercepted by the traditional parties. And, you know, they've got the count on the other side. You know, it's just an idea. But that's, in the Fusion world, that's just being tapped now with those capabilities. So you're gonna see more as it goes on.
Wow.
D-Star's been around a little longer. How many years have they been?
It's been 10 or 12, I think. isn't it?
And Fusion's been around, what, year and a half? In the full-blown world, in the beta world, it was out there for a year. So. Anything else? That's all I got.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You can continue on while I just do this.
Okay, I have some Gaze Fusion shirts here, if anybody wants to buy one. I have 2 larges and an extra large.
I'll give you $2.
Yeah, I'll grab one.
What's that?
Yeah, I'll grab one.
Okay. That's all that I have. Anybody else have anything?
You didn't mention his Contico coffee mug.
Pardon?
I said, you didn't mention your Contico coffee mug.
No, I didn't mention that, but it keeps my coffee hot for the whole day.
How many times did you burn your lips when you first put it in?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. It keeps you, regular, I used to use travel mugs all the time. And my first one that I bought, that's like these stainless steel actually.
Oh, those.
I bought the Keurig and they're 25 bucks. And then I started seeing these out there, and they got down to I paid $14 for this one at Walmart. You can get them in colors, blue, black, red, and maroon, whatever you want to call it. This one kind of looks purpley. More for the women, but my wife made this for me, so I'm drinking from it. But my coffee's still hot.
It's
And the thing is very cool on the outside, so.
Put coffee in mine on a trip to Tallahassee. 4 hours later, it was just about right to drink.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. I put mine in there, go to my grandson's soccer game, I'll leave it in the truck, I'll come back, I got a hot cup of coffee, 4 or 5 hours later.
The secret that I use is you fix it and you let it sit for at least 15, 20 minutes, then put the top on and you don't burn your mouth. It's still piping.
These are also great for people that are in the, the emergency services, because you can fill this full of ice. You can put your drink in here, come back 8 hours later, and you'll still have a full cup of ice and a nice cold drink.
Wow.
So,
Would you pay for that?
Huh? $14 at Walmart.
And the trick is, the cords were made by Contico.
Yes, they are. They sure are.
That's like comparing, one of these.
So you just make sure when you build your dough box that you put a slot in there for your coffee cup. Hey, I didn't do that.
Is it fusion compatible?
I've never went over 10 minutes without ending up empty.
Yeah.
4 hours, I have a cup of coffee laying around if I gotta wait for it.
Problem is, if you pour it in there and drink it right out of that after you put
Burn
it
yourself.
on, you have to bring chapstick with you because you burn your lips.
I guarantee you, my coffee pot don't make it that hot.
The thing is too, is traditional coffee cups are totally outlawed in my cars because my wife would always spill one. It'd be on the carpet, it'd be on the plastic, and she uses cream and sugar in hers, so it's a pain in the butt unless you get it right away. And with these, it's totally sealed, push the button.
Jeff, I'd like to see you outlaw anything to my wife.
And live to tell about it.
Yes.
You and her got the same repertoire. It's just for fun. It's just I enjoy this. That was all we got the sewing machine.
This is the fun part.
Put it back.
Make sure you get it back to the right box.